Spooky rocking the
Looking a little
iconic black
spooky. I like it.
Let's fight.
Round one.
No, I like what I'm seeing from everyone, right? Like it's all the games are coming out, they're updating, you know, they're trying to launch into their early access and get that feedback. You see a lot of players who are, you know, coming back into it, and that's kind of what you remember, what you realize, you know, if you stick around in this long enough, is that, like, you know, like in boxing, like in other sports, like in anything else, right? People come and go. And even if you know, you get tired of it for a little bit, you want to walk away from it, you can always come back, and it can honestly feel like a totally new experience each time. You just
100%.
get with the right people, you get in the right game. Boom.
And that's what I love about it too, man. We've seen Spooky go through ups and downs, through different versions, and the cool thing about it is like, unlike regular sports, where the meta kind of stays the same, the only thing that changes is the fighter themselves, right? It's very rare that you see major shakeups in rules or anything like that. In VR boxing games, one, it's a game, not a full-on simulation. Two, damage systems may change. You may get nerfed, you may get buffed, and Spooky has been on an up and down arc. Headset broken, using his brother's headset.
Take a step back.
Down, balance change, not affecting his style.
Let's go.
You know, all these kinds of things. It's just so good to see people on that arc. But right now, standing in front of his way, though, is Landon Wolf, looking to take down the big man Spooky.
Yeah, and honestly, this is a really good fight. I like what I'm seeing from both of them, right? They're both changing a lot of levels. They're both giving a good variety of shots. And they've hit, you know, crowd's excited. They've hit some good exchanges. You know, we're starting to see a little bit of the styles differentiate themselves.
Absolutely.
Right, Landon likes to get in there, almost like a spider, right? He gets in there and he just starts, like, pounding those hands from different angles. A little bit of that, not quite the white fang from Hajime no Ippo, right? Because it's not like an uppercut and an overhand, but he does it with like hooks or kind of with like an overhead and a smash, right? They come from the angles as much as over top.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, the tap, the turnaround punch.
Ooh, almost. We're still looking for another turnaround punch knockdown. Landon Wolf special.
With good instincts, not getting caught by that. That's not a cheese move. We've seen that hit very cleanly.
Very cleanly. And the crazy part about it is because spinning back fists do not work in this game. The developers, again, have patched out a lot of punches that just aren't really typical in a boxing match. The turnaround punch was the adjustment. And like you said, Solly, he's got a bit of a mix-up. We've seen this from Boxing Fanatico in that fight, where you go low to the body with a hook or an uppercut, and you come over the top with a smash or an overhand, and you keep mixing those two moves up. It's very hard to deal with. And Landon is a very good specialist at that, but Spooky, keeping it tight, working those jabs, snapping it out. You love to see it from Spooky.
I love what I'm seeing from him too, right? Like, he's definitely had trouble in other versions, like getting the max out of the damage. And this one, he really seems much more comfortable. And it just goes to show, right? Like, put in the time, put in the hours, hit the bag, ask, you know, go to a gym, ask someone for help, and you can get, you know, at moderate levels of good at this game very quickly. It's that last sort of, you know, that champion's peak, right? That takes hours to climb. But you put in a couple hours, like, you can get in that mid-2000s range easy.
Absolutely. And speaking of gyms, man, Spooky out here representing Titan Gym, Landon representing BY Boxing. So, guys, I'm telling you, a lot of folks who show up to these exhibitions are in gyms. They're working out with each other, looking back at their tapes on the YouTube channel, coming up with strategies and bettering themselves. So definitely, if you're trying to get your game up, join one of the gyms.
Get ready.
Fight. All right, round number 2 underway. Solly, who do you have up in the first round?
Hard to say. I think I'm gonna, honestly, could be a dead even fight, but I'm gonna give it to a slight edge Landon. And it's not, you know, both of them have thrown good volume, both of them have landed a little bit. I'm just kind of going off of that, assuming that the crowd is reacting to his punches, so that means he might be doing a little bit more damage.
Yeah.
But, you know, hard to tell, right? Because they're exchanging, right? There's moments where it could be either one getting the cheers. That time, though, Landon getting it, Spooky being a little bit more patient, going for the clinch in the defense. And I like to see that. Just mix it up a little bit.
100%.
Right? Don't just... there's lots of ways to get out of a clash.
Here we go. working those combos in on the inside. Now Spooky more comfortable at the mid-range, right? He's very much at home when he's got you at the edge of his jab, and he can work those 1-2s, usually being the faster fighter. But now taking a lot of damage from the inside work from Landon Wolf.
Yeah. Like you said, he does his best, like, not even just at the mid-range, too, but when he's coming in from the out-range, where he likes to, like, follow up on you, and, like, he goes with those different angles. A little bit of a Dempsey roll, almost. You know, not quite as exaggerated. But it's interesting, right? He's not often fighting at the max of his length. And even though Landon is the shorter fighter, you can see sometimes he's acting like the bigger fighter, but not there.
That's what I'm talking about with Spooky.
Putting him down.
That's what I'm talking about, Spooky. Looking at that, working the jab, and it was the 1-1-2. Spooky's favorite combination, right? Is that cross that just nipped Landon Wolf. This is where Spooky is at his range. So interestingly enough, Spooky taking the time to work the defense when the fighter Landon Wolf gets in, and then trying to fire off when he's at his comfortable range. And this is what you like to see from Spooky.
Red, take a step back.
Honestly, this is really good from both of the fighters, right? Like, they're switching from offense to defense very fluidly, and that's something that's very similar in both of their styles. Turnaround punch not working again.
I don't think this is the time for the tap, bro. I don't think it's time for the turnaround punch. I think he's got to really focus in. Spooky is the faster fighter of the two, and if he sits here in Spooky's range, he's going to get tagged up just like that.
Yeah, that's like Spooky's getting more comfortable, and he's starting to extend out of just his mid-range where he's most comfortable, and he's starting to get some good short inside damage. He's starting to get some good outside damage. You know, that's what I love to see, right? Fighters who, after they get that first knockdown, they don't play reckless, right? But they play more comfortable.
I can see what you're saying. Last couple of seconds in this round. Spooky firing off. Landon trying to find home on the inside. Landing some shots, though, but is it enough? Can Spooky survive the round? And I think he does. We go to a third round. Debatable on the first round. Landon getting some good shots in here. Spooky, though, taking that second round very convincingly with that knockdown.
Yeah.
This is going to be a
and
very
no matter what,
interesting
that
fight.
first round's a 10-9, so Spooky definitely ahead in the match. Just a question is if he's got, you know, he's up by 3 points or if he's up by 1.
Interesting. Locking in with the chat here. We got some folks saying that, you know, this is a very electrifying fight. Both these fighters being electric. I like it, man. This is a very active fight. Very interesting. Two very different styles, right? Landon trying to play Spooky in a very uncomfortable position. Spooky digging deep, 10 toes in, staying down, weathering the storm and looking for his shot. You would expect Spooky to play on the back foot a bit more and circle out and try to keep Landon, the shorter fighter, at bay.
Seconds out.
Spooky out here is not being scared at all.
Get ready. Let's go.
Appreciate all the follows, ladies and gentle fans. We got Owen Alley, the Love Mason, Taco-tastic, Zed, Zen Dragon, Olpa E. I appreciate all of y'all with the follows. Thank you guys for the support. And here we go, third round underway. And Spooky not afraid to mix it up. I wonder if he's trying to make a statement here against Landon Wolf. He's got to be careful because this is Landon's comfortable zone.
Very much so. And now this is the question, right? What does Landon have to change in round 3, right? It's another adjustment round for him. Spooky's got the comfort of knowing he won that comfortably, and so he could do exactly the same thing he did last round, or he can change it up again. And so, you know, Landon here has to figure out both how to adjust and how to compensate for whatever Spooky has left in the bag.
I mean, Landon is working a lot of shot variation, but he's, I think, headhunting a little bit too much, right? On the inside, Spooky is now really comfortable. We've seen him slip a lot of shots to the head. I think he's doing a good job sticking to Spooky, landing these combinations just like he did. And the crowd is going wild. I'd just like to see more work to the body to get those hands to drop for Spooky, right? Give him something to be distracted by, and just take your time, pace yourself. You're in your powerful zone on the inside, and just keep grinding away at Spooky.
Yeah, that's the way it's got to go. Spooky do just a good job on defense, and yeah, we've said it already a couple of times, right? The growth as a fighter is impressive, and it's not about who's the best at any moment. It's about who's the best over time, and you can really show some impressive commitment by just spending the hours a couple of times each week, right? Like little workout, and you'll stay good at the game. Working a lot of hooks there.
And Spooky's getting used
I like
to
what
it,
he's
man.
going for the body, but at this point, I think he needs to figure out something different. I think he might have to try to catch Spooky in a counter. He's been the one engaging, and I think just with the way Spooky's guard is, he's not gonna get an easy knockdown with it.
Let's fight.
I agree. Landon is working the combinations, though, and for some reason, a lot of them aren't hitting. I mean, one, yes, Spooky's defense is there, but two, I'm seeing a lot of punches kind of just ghosting in. And when he does hit, they're not significant enough for the type of shots that he's landing, right? So it's just a lot of mitigated damage coming in on the side of Spooky. Landon, though, still working his strategy. I mean, what else are you going to do? This is the way he fights. This is what he does, right? Looking to try to finish it off in the last couple of seconds around. Not going to be enough. He might be able to work in on damage in his third round. Oh, the turnaround punch at the end. Ooh, very exciting. Very exciting indeed. Oh, no. Landon left hanging from Spooky there.
Left hanging. Oh, no.
It's a draw.
And
it is a true draw. So I'm guessing first and last round went to Landon, and that middle one to Spooky. But let's check it on the scorecards. And just like that, 10-9, 8-10, 10-9 for a 28-28. Just that one knockdown in the second round for Spooky. But overall, the damage in Spooky's favor by about 100. 964 to 837, 699 to 1036. That round two is really where Spooky shined. But then Landon coming back big with a 1322. Spooky with a respectable 1295, kept it very close, and really just one punch determining that fight that could have gone from a draw to Spooky's win with really just one combo landing.
Really, I mean, Landon was like a pit bull on this man the entire, and I'm very surprised he didn't do much more damage than that. But again, a lot of damage being mitigated, and a lot of the punches that did land, they just didn't seem to be landing for as much damage for the type of punches he was throwing. It really looked like he's really torquing his whole body into those punches, but a great fight nonetheless. Two different styles, Spooky very much more comfortable in that mid-range. You see with the knockdown that he got in the second round, 1-1-2, bam, or smack bang right down the middle. But Landon Wolf, man, an infighter through and through, worked his game plan and actually really legit won both the rounds. So we got to ask you, chat, it came to a draw. Who do you guys think deserved the W? Do you think Landon in the blue corner, our insider fighter with the purple trunks, do you think he deserved the W, or do you think it was Spooky with the knockdown that earned the W? Let me know, right? Looking back at the chat, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people asking, how can you join in? Well, my friends, I've got a good answer for you. The easiest way to join is to join the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Jump in. I'm going to drop a link right now for those on TikTok. Go ahead and let y'all know. All right, let me go in here with the dashboard. We just kind of lost all of the chat. There we go. We got him back. So let me ask you answer a few questions from the chat before we talk to the fighters. VR Cot said, are there fighters that do room scale? Absolutely. We allow fighters to fight room scale and stationary, and we also let fighters choose who they want to fight. So sometimes there's a mixed fight. Sometimes people say, hey, I only do stationary, and some people say, hey, my PlayStation's small, bro, I can only do stationary, or some people just prefer room scale. On the exhibition nights is really just about what the boxers want to fight in, right? Dr. VR says, it's my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, my boy chat. Everybody say happy birthday to DVR real quick, you know what I'm saying? 12 years old. Welcome. Happy 12th birthday, you know what I'm saying? So the chat's weighing in. A lot of people saying Spooky. Spooky was way more at attacking and landed more, so they like the action coming in from Spooky. I don't know. I think that I saw Landon throw a lot more on there, but it's just a lot of stuff was mitigated by Spooky's defense. But let's talk to the homie Spooky. Landon, where y'all at?
I'm here.
Yo.
Jump in here. All right, first off, I got to talk to Landon. Landon, right, tried to get the turnaround punch a couple of times. You worked the inside fight. A lot of the damage that you were throwing out seemed to be mitigated, right? You came up just short on the damage numbers. Tell me what the fight was like from your POV.
I mean, on my POV, I was landing a lot of shots. They just weren't registering.
Weren't registering.
I mean,
was it
I
like
was
lag? Were they
completely
just
with my
not
game plan.
registering? Like, what do you feel was contributing to that?
I mean, it wasn't lag per se, but there'd be like cuts where he'd freeze for like just half a second.
Mm-hmm.
That just messes it all up, messes me up with my timing and everything.
Interesting. So just a little bit of spikes here and there. Were you able to see what the ping was like, or did you notice it?
Yeah, it was my ping per se. It spiked up to like 139.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice Spooky's. I didn't really look at his.
Usually around that 100 to 150 range is where the misregistration starts happening. It looked like you were trying to stay in on the inside and stay close to Spooky. It was a good attempt. I think you worked the game plan, trying to stay on these. You brought it out to a draw and actually won 2 of the rounds, right? So big congratulations on that. Do you feel like you should have won that match?
Oh yeah, I definitely feel like I should have run that match.
Nice. That's what I like to hear, man. Go ahead and go to bat for yourself. Look, if you have the opportunity, would you leave this at the draw or would you run it back?
I mean, I would run it back if Spooky wants to.
Okay, sure. Well, speaking of, let's go ahead and talk to Spooky next. Spook! Where you at, bro? Spooky. Where you at, bro?
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yo, I can hear you now, man. All right. The match ended in a draw, right? You had the knockdown in the second round. The 1-1-2 came in really crispy. My question for you, man, usually you fight more in the mid-range at the edge of that jab, looking for that cross, really working the speed. This time, though, you chose to stand and bang on the inside. Were you trying to make a statement, or it was just difficult to get away from Landon?
Are you able to hear me now?
Hello? Yep, I can hear you now, bro.
All right, cool. No, yeah, I was just messing with my audio. No, I thought, see, it's so weird because on my screen, the first round, I know exactly what he was talking about with the late or the lag and shit like that.
Yeah.
But from my screen, when he was hitting me with punches in the first round, for me, I was blocking them all.
Okay.
So after the first round, I was like, all right, I won that round. Ain't no way I didn't. Second round, I knew I lost. Second round, I knew I won.
Right.
Third round, I gassed.
Okay, so there was a factor going in there. Now, Landon, he's an infighter. He was shorter, right? He was working a lot of things. Were they difficult to defend for you?
Oh, for me personally, I didn't feel like I was getting hit a whole lot, but I gotta go rewatch it back and just see what it was really happening throughout the whole thing. But yeah, no, his height was fucking me up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because I was trying to punch down, and when I would try and punch down, I just couldn't connect properly, I guess. I was hitting his forehead a whole lot more.
I would say this one thing that I've been hearing about, like with taller fighters who are fighting shorter fighters, it is much more difficult to be accurate when you're punching down, right? Especially with somebody like Landon who torques his whole body into punches. I would say just bend your knees down a little bit so you're a little level with him, and therefore you're punching less down and punching more, and that way you can take wider steps to kind of keep the distance, because you're most dangerous right there, again, at the tip of the jab, right there at the cross range, right? And you've got fast hands, so it'd be a good way to just kind of get down, not too much, you know what I'm saying, especially when you're about to punch, just kind of drop levels just a little bit so you don't have to punch down quite as much where the height can mess you up a bit. But either way, bro, it was a great fight. It's good to see you on the heads, inside the headset and on the screen whenever we can, like I said, check your DMs. I already messaged you. I had a weird week coming back and forth with the flu and everything. I'm just now recovering, but I'll definitely hit you up sometime this week.
Also, one real quick thing, because me and Justin were just talking a whole lot.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out to Justin, because he's kind of getting me back into the swing of everything. Me and him been training a hell of a lot.
Training partners.
Yesterday he cornered me in another streaming, whatever the hell, another Discord chat. and we walked away with the title. So that was fucking great. So I'm a little shot from that too. Legs are a little shot, but we figured out why my headset goes black finally.
What happened?
When I'm fighting, I have my glasses on, and I didn't know this. That little stupid black sensor in the middle between your eyes.
Yeah.
When that gets covered, that's what makes everything goes black. So when I'm swinging, my glasses move a tiny bit. They go in front of the sensor, and it shuts the whole thing black. So it was happening throughout the fight. Third round, I was like, "Fuck this! I'm about to take my glasses off and everything." And I did that. I couldn't see shit, so I had to put them back on.
Damn, but
you gotta put either the glasses spacer in there, or if you're willing to drop a little bit of money, you can actually get custom lenses with your prescription that they go on top of the Oculus things.
Yeah,
I got contacts. I just don't wear them. So
Or
I'm gonna start doing
contacts.
that.
Or contacts.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing that now.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate y'all for both coming through. It's a great fight. One more question for you, Spooky. Will you do a rematch?
Yeah, 100%. Name, date, time, whatever.
Right.
If you guys want to do next Sunday, I'm down.
Landon, you heard. We can't let this as draw. Same thing with you, Zenith. Rematch. I saw the conversations for rematch. Zenith said he doesn't want to leave that match as a draw. We do like to see a non-judge related conclusion to these things. But let me go back and lock in with chat before we get into this next fight.